Hello and welcome to fitness tip number 26 of 31 days to a much improved you. Today I'm going to add 4 stretches to your stretching routine. So you've already learned 4. You're going to add these 4 that I'm going to introduce to you today to your stretching routine. So you need to do these each and every day, at least once a day, preferably twice a day. The first one is a lateral bend, and I've got a dowel here, but you can use a broom. You can use a baseball bat, you can use a golf club, whatever you've got. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand with your feet wide, with your feet open about 45 degrees, and your hands are wide as well, and you're going to take this bar straight overhead. And so there's kind of an X from my arm to my leg, both sides. From this position, you want to keep very close track of the space between my arm and my head, and you want to maintain that space through the whole stretch. So you're going to bend over to the side and exhale and hold for 5 seconds, and then same thing on the other side. You want to do 4 on each side. Now, if you notice that space between my arm and my ear stayed pretty close to the same the whole time. The natural tendency is to do something kind of like this. So you don't want to do that, because that's not stretching out the muscle that we're trying to stretch. When we come over here, we're really opening up our side, our lat, and getting a great stretch. So that's the lateral bend. The second stretch I'm going to introduce for fitness tip number 26 is a spinal rotation stretch. So what I want you to do is lie on your left side, take your right leg and put it out 90 degrees. Take your left hand and place it on top of your leg just above the knee. Right hand goes up into the air, and just let that right hand pull your shoulder around. Now in this particular stretch, I want you to hold it for at least a minute. You can hold this as long as you want. Take some deep breaths. Let yourself relax until you feel completely comfortable in this position, which may take more than a minute. And before you repeat that on the other side, come onto your back and pull both knees into your chest. Then you're going to lie on your right side, put your left leg straight out 90 degrees from your body, and let that left arm pull your shoulder around. The goal here is to have both of your legs straight, your foot on the ground, and this shoulder should be comfortably on the ground. So if you're not there, it's just something to work towards. That's the spinal rotation stretch. The third stretch for fitness tip number 26 is a quadricep stretch, which is the front of our thigh here. I'm going to give you 2 options. The first is you'll probably need to be working out at a fitness center and not at home. What you want to get is a small step and a pad for your knee. And what you'll do here is we'll start with our right leg. You simply put your right foot up on the step and you lower your knee down to the pad. And that's going to stretch out your right quadricep. And to increase that stretch, you raise your right hand overhead. So you want to hold that for 30 to 60 seconds and repeat on the other leg. The at-home version is simply a standing quadricep stretch. So you want to reach back, I'll stretch out my left quadricep, grab your ankle and pull your heel to your glute. If you're not able to stand on one leg, it's totally fine to hold on to a counter or a dining room chair. If you're unable to reach your foot and pull it up to your glute because your quadriceps are tight, then all you need is a towel. You just grab this towel and you put it around your ankle, and again you can hold on, and then you can simply pull up on that towel. But the end goal is to get that heel all the way to your glute. So that's the quadricep stretch. The fourth stretch for fitness tip number 26 is a downward dog. It's straight from yoga. I like to call it the down dog, or sometimes double D. To perform a downward dog, what you want to do is put your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hips. From that position, you want to lift your hips straight up to the ceiling, and then press your heels into the ground, and then pretend there's a string connecting your armpits to your ankles, and you want to shorten that string. So that's the downward dog. You want to hold that position for 15 to 60 seconds and do it 3 times. Those are the 4 stretches for fitness tip number 26. I'll be back tomorrow with fitness tip 27.